I have approached this subject several times with the administration, and I think that it is time for us to expand access in Edison Township. While the previous standalone zone may be well-intended, it is not practical in several instances. The actual boundaries established are extremely limited access from the general market who would use cannabis products. Additionally, most other locations, if you look at any dispensaries around the state, they are not just packed away in industrial complexes. Today, I visited Unity in South Boundbrook, New Era, and I also visited Anja. These new dispensaries that are going out, they are not located in industrial centers. While I will address business aspect, that is only ancillary benefit. I am not focused on the tax revenues when it comes to this ordinance. The primary benefit to me is with those whom cannabis helps, specifically for medical purposes, which doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a prescription for it, because you don't need to have a prescription just to get 100 milligram of Advil at your local Walgreens. But from the business aspect, residents from the township already purchase elsewhere. From my house, you can go to AYR in 7 minutes. The touch-in is opening up. Anja is right on the border. The two that are there's 3 in Plainfield, 3 in Scotch Plains on the north end, so you're within 12 minutes driving from there. You also have 2 in East Brunswick, and as I mentioned, AYR in Woodbridge, but they are also expanding to 1 additional one. I understand the concerns that residents have in regards to impacts on children, but we have to be honest as parents to actually educate our children. So for my daughter, I will tell her that the brain does not fully develop until the age of 25, so be cautious with this, right? Because we have to just be honest and have an open dialogue about it. I also know individuals that are in the industry that straight up say that the Raritan Center is not either ideal or that there's just actually no space for them there. So it's pretty much a zone that doesn't actually fit the industry. Additionally, if you think that we're going to get people to come into township with our 7 p.m. deadline as our code currently states, I would argue that that would be a hiccup that businesses may have concern. But I will stray away from that, and I want to focus on just primarily the medical aspect. I apologize, but what I believe we need to do is make sure that those who would like to use cannabis have access to it. Not everyone always has the time available to have to drive out elsewhere to do so. They may have the ability to, but it's not always practical. Again, we are talking about a limited amount of potential venues, of which there are buffers of where you can't have one X amount of feet from another. And I think that we need to be cognizant that not everyone that uses cannabis is just going to be out here pushing it forward. There's still a stigma with it. I disagree with that stigma. I think that this is another step in terms of breaking down that barrier.